Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Bedrock Survival. As you can see here, the house is looking mighty sparse right now. There's not a whole lot going on in here, but that's the nice thing, is today is gonna be move-in day. I'm gonna move all of our chests over from over there, and we're gonna finally move into the starter house. We're also going to be building up the blacksmith shop, which is actually going to go over there on the other side of our little bamboo forest. You might notice it's looking a little sparse over there for trees. I did some more resource gathering because I like doing grindy things sometimes. So, hello there, Frank. I went ahead and I cleared off the rest of our map. All you're going to see here is some of the larger trees. I leave those because they're pretty much the only oak variety tree that I think actually looks like real-life oak trees. And the blacksmith shop, as I said, is going to go over here. But what we're going to do real quick is I'm going to throw it into a resource gathering time lapse, and then I'll be right back with you. Alrighty, everybody. As you saw there, we cleared out quite some land, and you're probably a little confused because I told you we were going to move in, and this already kind of looks like we moved in a little bit. We're actually in the creative test world where I did a short time-lapse video, which is up on the channel, of me doing this house. It's another version of my starter base. It's got a little more character to it, obviously, being in creative. I had some ability to do some more things to it that I can't really do in the early game, and I was able to use spruce, which is probably one of my favorite wood types, instead of just the oak. So it gave us a little more variety, and I was able to use a little more terraforming skills here with some coarse dirt, some gravel, and some path blocks, a little podzol. But there's a reason why we're here, and I want to apologize for not having a video out last week. As you may see behind me there's a large house. This is a large house. This is what I've been working on the last couple of days. This is actually going to eventually be our big base. Oh yeah. So it took me 2 days to build this house in creative. And we're gonna build it again together in survival. Let's go inside a little bit. It is large, it's huge, but there's a reason why it's huge, because I've got big plans for us. There are things that we're going to do. Plenty and plenty of things. So we're going to need plenty and plenty of space. This is actually based on a house, or a structure rather, in my city. And I based it off of pictures I took walking past it. It's going to be huge. We're going to fill it with all sorts of farms. We're going to fill it with villagers. We're going to fill it with a large storage system and a whole bunch of other goodies. I wanted to take some time and talk to you guys about this because I do feel bad that I've been trying to be regular more about getting my episodes out. But this really was something that I wanted to take the time to sit down and work out how I wanted to do it, because it's gonna be massive. It's gonna take us a lot of resource gathering to get to this point. I've got a lot of things I want to put inside of it. We're going to have an automatic melon pumpkin farm. We're going to have a large library with cartographers and librarians in it. And we're going to have farmers out back at the farm. And we're going to have some butchers and things like that in the kitchen, hopefully. Basically, it's going to be our big base. And it's also going to be our trading hall. Everything all in one. I've never built in a Tudor style before, but I'm really excited with how this turned out. I'm really excited to build, even though it's going to be such a resource gathering extravaganza to get to this point. I think it's definitely where we belong. I think it's what we need, and it's such a gorgeous structure that I can't imagine not building it in survival, especially with that mushroom biome right next to us. It'll be the perfect place to build it because we won't have to worry about griefing or anything. So we'll be good. That window up there, that one behind me, is going to be our elytra fly-in window here. Yeah. Oh, yeah, doesn't matter. But yeah, that's where our elytra is going to come in. I'm going to have a landing there. Our bedroom's going to be up here in the attic. There's going to be a railway system to help me get down into the rest of the building and then back up into there. It's going to be... I'm honestly speechless. Every time I look at this giant building I've created, I'm speechless. But this has been a bit of a talky section in the video, so I'm gonna throw it back over to Sophie in the normal survival world, and she'll be right back with you. Thanks, Sophie. Isn't she the best, folks? So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna build the blacksmith shop over here. But what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of a trick. And actually, before I get ahead of myself, I don't mind the red collars on the dogs, but purple, orange, cyan, and lime green are my 4 favorite colors. They're my 4 favorite colors in real life. They're my 4 favorite colors in Minecraft, too. But we're going to change our dog's collar to orange there, which, if you didn't know, you can change the color of your dog's collars, rather, by just walking up to them with a little dye, whatever color dye you want, and just clicking on them, and it'll change the color of their collar. And you can do that as many times as you want. If you wanted to just keep changing the color of their collars, you can. Gotta sleep. Alright, and so we're gonna go back over here, close front door. So I figure we'll do move-in at the end of the episode, is what we'll do. We'll do move-in. We'll build first, and then we'll do move-in. So I'm gonna build the house, well, I mean, it's gonna kind of look like a house, but it's also gonna look like a blacksmith shop too. So we're gonna build it this way, with the front of the building facing towards the house. That way we get a little bit of a variation. We don't want everything facing exactly the same way. We kind of want things facing different ways and oriented different ways. It kind of gives it more of a natural feel and kind of gives it more of a laid out feel. Less like you're just doing everything in cookie cutter rows. And one of the tricks we're going to do is we're going to take our spruce saplings and some bone meal here, because obviously we don't have silk touch on any of our tools, because we don't even have any diamonds yet. But we're gonna put, oh jeez, I'm gonna put 4 of them in a row like this. Come on. Spam it with bone meal. Hopefully it'll grow. There's nothing over it. There we go. And then we're gonna have pods all over the place. Eventually I'm going to do this over near the barn too, probably, just to give it some podzol, because in my opinion, it makes it look kind of, maybe not dirty, but just kind of worn. Like it's kind of matted, it's worn down. It's not necessarily dead grass, or like just plain dirt or coarse dirt, but it's just matted. And I'm going to plant a couple more of these, and then we're going to hack them down, and then we're going to terraform everything up, and we're going to get to some building. So I'm going to throw it into a time lapse, and I'll be right back with you again. Well, alrighty everybody. I really hope you enjoyed that time lapse there. I'm really happy with how this turned out. I'm not sure if it'll show up in the time lapse or not with how fast I usually run those, but this build was significantly more difficult than the starter house we did over there, mostly because I freestyled this. I kind of had a rough idea of what I wanted to do in my head, but overall I really wasn't sure, so I just kind of decided to go for it. I might extend these logs out on the bottom a little bit further like I have on the top, just to make it look a little bit more supported, I guess. We do have the podzol down here, like I said. It's a kind of a little trick you can do in your early game is you just grow the big 4x4 spruce trees here, and you automatically get podzol, and then you just kind of add in coarse dirt and gravel, and it makes it look a little rough, a little worn down. And then here is our blacksmith shop. I am really happy with how this interior turned out. I do kind of need to touch up the these. I'm probably going to put brick along the back. I just kind of ran out of brick, ran out of granite. And we got a back door here. Eventually I'm going to throw a sign here. It's going to say employees only. Mostly because it's just a fun way to kind of make it a little more immersive. Chances are it's only going to be me ever in this world, but it's still a little nice to have a sign there that says employees only. I didn't time-lapse this part, but this is our chimney. It's a little janky, it's a little wonky. It's kind of how I like my... oh my gosh, I like the... and now I just totally forgot the word. What are you? Oh my gosh, chimney. The chimney. Yes. Crap. The chimney. I like them looking a little wonky, a little janky. I like them looking like they're gonna tip over. I like making people a little uncomfortable with my chimneys. Added a campfire up there with a hay bale underneath it to make it a little higher, make the smoke go a little higher. But yeah, I'm really happy with how this turned out. I really hope you guys all really enjoyed it. Yeah, if you liked it, leave a comment down below, let me know, or you can like this video. And then, because this video's already kind of been a little time-lapse heavy, I figured rather than time-lapse doing the interior, I would just would do it. I again, same with the blacksmith over there. I really hope you guys like this interior. It's a little basic, but with what we have here in the early game, it's not bad. I put a couple of couches, quote unquote, a couple of beds down here with some spruce signs on either end, and then the barrels along the back side. If you turn them backwards, the way I have them, they're backwards and on their side. The bottom texture of the barrels, I like that texture, so it kind of makes it look a little bit like it's the back of the couch, a little bit like it's a counter behind it. Eventually I'm going to throw a chimney in here, just like over there. Again, I'm just out of bricks. And then up here, we have another crafting bench. This is going to be our brewing station once we have it. Lots of storage. I'm a sucker for storage. I love it everywhere, as you see. I moved our dog up here. We got a little bit of a carpet. And this is going to be our enchantment setup. And that's going to be where the enchantment table goes, obviously. These are just looms. If you can kind of hide the top texture, they look like empty bookshelves. B-Double-O's talked about it before. I think Rand's talked about it before. I think Silent or Saloy on Bedrock have talked about it. This is going to be where all of our storage goes. Ended up going with Hot Dog. I don't know why it's raining through. It's a glitch. It shouldn't be raining through the ceiling. And now it's gone. And now it's back again. Now it's gone again. Weird. Okay, so this is our storage. I went with the Hot Dog. We went long ways instead of crossways. We'll be able to fit more chests in here, I feel. But yeah, I'm really glad with how this interior came out too. Same with the interior over there. Between this episode and the next episode, it's doing it down here too. What is that? That is so weird. Okay. Anyways, before I get too distracted, my god. We're going to do some more building in between today's episode and the next. I'm going to work on gathering some things, but because I tend to get sidetracked, I tend to get rambly, I have here the master plan. So this is the master plan for the next little whiles, the next couple episodes. We need to get diamonds, first of all. I need to do some heavy resource gathering. Hopefully that'll bring some diamonds along with it as well in between episodes. We need to hopefully find a spawner. It'll be a nice, easy way to gather some XP in our early game. It'll also give us the ability to gather drops from that farm. And then hopefully we're going to find a village too, which I don't have written here on the list. We're going to build some more stuff, and then we're going to pick a location out there in the mushroom biome for our Tudor mansion, which is going to be our big base. Where everything between now and when we start construction on the Tudor mansion, it's all about getting to that point, as it rains in the house behind me. The whole point is to get to the Tudor mansion. We want to get to that bottom one. It's going to take a lot of resources. Once we get to the point where we know where we want to build the Tudor mansion, and we start gathering the resources for it, even then it's going to be a few episodes getting that established and then getting it built. It is very resource heavy. Once we get to it, I am going to have a complete resource list for all of the blocks it's going to take for us to build it. It's going to be a lot. I have rough numbers right now. I'm going to get the actual numbers between now and then. I really hope you guys liked this episode. If you did, I would really appreciate if you could give us a like. If there's anything you really enjoyed, go ahead and comment below. And yeah, I really appreciate you all checking this out. And it's pitch black darkness out, and there's zombies all over the place and a drown. So on that note, we're going to go to bed and say goodnight. So, have a good one.